So another music learning idea I really like to apply to things is what I call making and taking space. Josh Waitzkin, in a way, would call this like making smaller circles. So what I mean by this is that when you're having a hard time pulling together all the elements that you need to play music well, when you're just like, man, I'm having a hard time really just like, getting this note to play clean or getting this phrase to have good dynamics, a lot of what you need to do is find a way to give it more attention. And there's a lot of ways to do this. You can slow it down. You can just like isolate just working on the one measure. But a lot of times what you need to do, especially when there's like one particular note or one particular very short passage that's giving you a lot of difficulty, what you need to find a way to do is to build a very sort of prescient attention around it. So like I think my favorite examples of this are like shifts. Position shifts that have to happen inside of a run, like a scale run, have to happen very quickly, and they have to be very well coordinated, and they're not easy to be accurate on. So let's say I'm just doing like a scale up to, I'm just going like, like I'm trying to get from this note, the pinky here, to the index there. To learn how to do that shift and to have the notes sound connected is, that takes a lot of practice. But part of the way you do that, you don't just like try to do it, you don't just like try to do it a million times. You're not going to get it that way. What you do is you're coming up your scale. As you get to right before your shift, you slow down and you start to picture where you want to go and start to build the energy for it. See, I was like, boom, it just happened all at once. Now, the reason that can happen is because I'm picturing where I'm going, I'm building the energy for it, I'm picturing it, I'm letting all the elements I need to make the shift work build in my mind, and then when they happen, boom, happen all at once. And so, and in order for this to happen, I make space around it. I don't just try to rush through the note at tempo. I'm like, I slow down a lot. I just hold this as long as I need to. I think of this hand, I think of that hand, I picture the shift, I picture the release, I build the energy, I wait. It's almost like falling off a log. It's almost like you're leaning there, or like if anyone ever shoots, I always make the shooting analogy of like you're aiming at your target, your finger's on the trigger, but you're almost surprised when you actually pull the trigger so that you don't jerk at the last minute. It's very much like you're building this energy. You're feeling the energy, but you're not you're not like, now. You're like, okay, this could happen any moment. This could happen any moment. But when it actually happens, it's like, snap. And so you've made that space around it, and then eventually, as you get good at that, as you're able to make that shift a little quicker and continue, eventually you take that space away. And you just kind of keep going. So this, going back to... space around it. Make space again. Getting it. So if I did that a lot more times, I'd get it even tighter than that, but you see, I go back and forth between making the space that I need and picturing the elements. I have to do it again to get it a little more accurate. Fine, now I try to speed it up. I give the space, and then I take it away. It lets me pool my attention, but then eventually kind of integrate it into everything else.